So I just finished some cake after just having told myself I would save the majority of it for later, and yet here I am, stuffed full with all the cake and an anime that has metaphorically blue-balled me, because unfortunately anime never comes out in one sitting like my cake. So I'm left hungry and wanting more sweets like Aharen Sama Hakarenai. I don't even know what Hakarenai means, so a moment. Apparently, it's a very complicated word. It can mean either to measure or, get this, unfathomable, depending on the context. So either she is too short, or in context unfathomable to truly understand, or maybe unfathomable to measure. I'd like to think it's the last one, but honestly it's the second one. The show may not seem very appealing at first glance unless you're me and you feel a good vibe from just the thumbnail, but this show is my hit of cocaine for this season. I don't need best girls, I don't need interesting stories, just give me two people sitting next to each other with the communication issues, and that will be enough to fill my entertainment gauge to the max level. I'm on the third episode right now, and I'm scared to even watch the fourth one because it means I will be caught up, and I will be okay. But right now, this is the show I'm looking forward to the most, and I mean it. It's one of the funniest animes I have seen since maybe Konosuba. The kind of absurd, wholesome, and perhaps, hold up, let me find a word on Google, and uproarious comedy that I value so much. I mean, my favorite anime is Gintama, so it probably comes out as obvious that I like comedy. But let me develop reasons why I think you will like it. So the first one is, the scenario is hilarious. Now, this is a situation most of us have been in. You sit next to someone, you think, wow, I'm going to be in this class with this person right next to me for quite some time. I want to make sure I have good relations with them. Now, if you were in my shoes, you tried making small talk and they humored you for the first couple times, and after a while, they just seem like they want nothing to do with you. Matter of fact, there was this one guy named Nick in my class who never spoke to me for a year while I greeted him every morning. Interesting fellow, but luckily you're not me. You're Raido, and you want to change from not fitting in because of your scary face to being a friend-making master this high school year. Next to you is Aharen-San, and she doesn't speak at all. And if you can relate at all to this main character, like I do, then it kind of hurts because he obviously wants to have a fulfilled high school life. So he keeps trying to talk to her, and again, she says nothing. But wait. Actually, her lips are moving. Has she been talking this whole time? Yes, she has, and not only that, she has been so appreciative of all this attention, she wants to be close to you. But she doesn't know how close she can be, so she goes straight in and plants her adorable face against yours. These two share very similar features. I mean, they are forever stuck with the same facial expressions. They are both passionate to a fault, and one of my favorite things was in one episode, Raido assumed Aharen-San was passionate about being a YouTuber, so he goes out and helps her 100%, even dreams about a future where they're super famous, and then just to realize she was just rehearsing a dance assignment for her school. So look, I promise not to spoil all the funny jokes in here, but just get ready for fidget spinners and probably some of the best anime rapping you will hear. This show is actually kind of really reminiscent of this one show I watched a while back called Tsunari no Seki-kun, where the premise is the same, except this time it's the guy who's always doing random crazy stuff, and our main girl is trying to make sure he doesn't do anything weird. And yeah, he never gets caught, and he never talks, by the way, so just wanted to put that out there. Now, there's this theory I have had in my head why other people are not talking about it on YouTube. And if I had to guess, it's probably because Aharen Sama Hakarenai is measuring up to some real heavy hitters. We got Spy Family, which is probably the most anticipated show this season. We got Spy Dad, a hot assassin mom, and a cutesy Esper girl that is already being used as a meme material. And if you're a meme, you do not die very easily. And not to mention Love is War is back with its third season and never ceases to make me laugh. I mean, I was actually watching it on the treadmill the other day, and at some points I could hardly walk right because Love is War was punching me with comedy gold. The anime season is pretty stacked, and what's more is that it's a comedy season, so this is my season, and I am so happy I get to laugh so much in a single sitting. Now, screw my positivity a second, and here's my real thought process. I think Aharen Sama Hakarenai is gonna go the distance. I think crush the jaw of this anime season because of this major thing. Doesn't Spy Family and Love is War look kind of similar? I mean, the stories are different, and one is definitely more story driven than the other, except blonde hair, cool guy. Over here, blonde hair and blue eyes. Our main girl leads, black hair beauties with an affinity for the color red. And here's the nail in the coffin, ladies and gentlemen. Pink-haired girls that are adorable. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we got something similar going on here. Okay, well, yeah, they are similar in characteristics, but they are still very different. And to that, my friend, I say nay, because the main tether between these stories are both there. Love. Yes. A spy finding a love in a family put together, and the president and a vice president of a high school try to make each other confess her love to each other. So there, Judge Judy, I plead my case. This is extremely advantageous to Aharen Sama Hakarenai, because though these shows are all comedy-based, Spy Family and Love is War will be too busy competing against themselves in their love-based shows that Aharen Sama Hakarenai can smell the victory up their unmoving noses and will clearly, and I mean clearly, stand out amongst the rest, and I would like to spit in the face of the person who could tell me otherwise. Romantic comedy, huh? And not only that, the English translation for the title is Aharen-San is indecipherable, not unfathomable. Hey, Judge Judy, here's a 20. Go buy yourself some road spray.